So I'll help you with the different scenarios, like while creating a record, how we can perform automation, while updating a record, how we can perform automation with the flows. I'll cover most of the scenarios. Why means in most of the times in a real time, you will be get a chance to work with the flows. So that's why I'll be cover all possible ways. Mostly I'll try to cover up. And coming to the trailhead, you'll be having a lot and lot of trail mixes or trailhead super badges are there. Around coming to the flows, we'll be having around 16 or 17 super badges. Okay, so not only trailhead models, try to do super badges as well. So if you do super badges, you'll get much exposure on a topic. So now I'll go to flows. Opening it. So prior opening this, I'll give you two questions. Choose one which I have to explain to you, which you are expecting from me now. Okay, done. Perfect. First one is upon account creation, if industry field value equals to media, then populate rating field value as thought. First question. And the second thing is upon opportunity creation, if on opportunity creation, if mm, 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 amount is amount field value is greater than 10K, then populate opportunity description to thought opportunity. Which example I should explain to you now? Tell me. So one I will explain you, another one you should try later after the session. First one or second one?
Second one.
Yes, I'm going with second one now. Okay, so now initially I opened the flow builder. In the flows, I'm clicking on new flow. So upon creating an account or upon creating a record, we are checking some condition, right? If some condition satisfies, we are running a flow. It means this kind of flows are said as record triggered flows. Okay, I'm selecting record triggered flow option. Now I am clicking on create option. So it's creating a flow. Fine. So here, if you see, I'm clicking on editing this thing. So prior to that, we have to select an object. On which object we have to perform this automation? Opportunity object. Upon opportunity creation, right? So that here we are choosing object like opportunity. And whatever the object you have to implement automation, you should select that object here. Now, here you are getting an option like trigger the flow when. Then when you want to perform this automation, when the record is created, when the record is updated, when the record is created or updated, or record is deleted. So we can trigger the flow in these many cases. So in this case, what we are doing, upon opportunity creation, we are checking, right? So for that purpose, I am going with a record is created option. Okay. So after this, is there any condition you have to check before entering into this? Yes, I have to check a condition. All conditions are met. The first condition I have to keep is In this, we'll be having amount field, right? So it should not be null. First thing is, it should not be null. Global constant is null equals to false. Okay. I am keeping condition like it should not be, amount field should not be null. Along with these, amount field value is greater than or equals to 10,000. Any doubts on this? Any doubts till this
No.
portion? Yes, we added condition. The next, at the bottom, you'll be having two options: fast field update, actions, and related records. So coming to the triggers, remember, we'll be having two types of triggers. One is before triggers, and second one is after triggers. So coming to the before triggers, the purpose of before triggers is after saving the record in database. If you want to perform any automation, you should go with the before triggers. It means, so mostly before saving the record, if you want to add any field value of the same record, we'll use this one. Or else before saving the record, if some field value is missing, if you want to throw an error, on such cases, we'll use before triggers. Or else simply remember, like, whenever you want to update a triggered record or same record, we should go with the before triggers. If you are performing operation on same record, you can go with the same trigger, before trigger. Then next, coming to the after trigger, the before, so it is before saving. Before saving record into the database. So coming to the after save trigger, after saving the record into the database, after saving the record into the database, we'll use after triggers. So the most use case of this after triggers is if you want to update a related record, or if you want to send an email after saving record. If you have this kind of requirements, then you can go with the after triggers. This point is clear to you right now? So now here fast field update means before triggers. Okay, fast field update means before triggers, and actions and related records means it is like an after trigger. So you can read the description even. Update fields on a record that trigger the flow to run. This high performance flow runs before the record is saved into the database, but this one runs after the record saves into the database. Okay, so include a run asynchronously path to access external system after a original transaction or triggering record is successfully committed. So this is one is nothing but if you want to execute some trigger asynchronously, means whenever condition satisfied after some time, if you want to execute this flow, you can select this option. As it is available for after triggers only, that's why it is disabled for before triggers. Any doubt so far? Any doubts?
Condition that one. What is the condition that one?
Which condition? This one?
Last one. Last.
This one,
This disabled, right?
include
Disabled.
this checkbox you're asking about, right?
Yes.
Yes. So the purpose of checkbox is, let's suppose if you performed some action on this after records, so this will be enabled. So the purpose of this box is, let's suppose you want to you are creating a account. So on the account, if the phone number field is present, missing, for that related account, there might be for related contact, there might be a phone number. After 2 hours or 3 hours, after saving or after updating contact, we should update the account, not immediately.
Okay.
So if you want to perform the such kind of asynchronous operations, we should tick this box. So run asynchronously path, you are getting additional path. Run immediately, run asynchronously. Run asynchronously path purpose is to execute this wheel like at some time after 2 hours or after 4 hours like that.
Okay.
That's about this option. If possible, we'll see that scenario as well if needed later. Okay. So clear, right?
Yes.
Good. So now what I will do is I'll add an element here. So coming to the flows, we'll be having two types of layouts. You can see here, auto layout and freeform. Most of the times I'll go with the auto layout. So whatever comfortable to you, you can use that one. Freeform means there won't be connection between all the elements. You should connect the elements. Coming to the auto layout, direct connection you'll get from starting element to ending element. So now, yes. So now I have to add an element. To add an element, you can click on this plus symbol. So you can click on plus symbol and you can add the elements. Okay, here, yeah. So now what I have to do is I have to perform assignment. I'm using assignment element. Happening. Save the flow and refresh system support. Okay, got it. So now I'll save the flow first. Flow name is API name by default, it will come. Okay. Now I'll add a assignment element here. Now it's coming. So update description field. So coming to this, here it is asking you to choose a variable. So coming to the variable, I have to update which field in a record. Record means whatever the record triggering this flow. That is opportunity, right? So now in this, I have to choose description fields. And for this, which value we should give? So here I'll add some string, global constant empty string, no. Global constant true, no. So we'll add a custom text and we'll check whether it will work out or not. Hot opportunity. Done. I'm giving hard-coded value as of now. Now I have to debug this flow first. Before activating it, I have to debug this flow. So let's suppose I'm choosing some opportunity which is present in a system. The flow rollback mode, any changes to add, delete, okay. So it's running successfully. It is going into this loop. Now I'll activate this flow. So debug is a option which is used to check whether it is going through all the elements or not, and whether it is returning any errors or not. Okay. So now, whenever you want to run this automation in a background, you have to activate this flow. I'm activating it. As I did not receive any errors, so everything good. So now what I'll do is from here, I'll refresh the page. opportunity. New opportunity. So here opportunity name, flow test, amount is more than 10,000. Close date should be and stage equals to prospecting. Let's suppose, yeah, stage is not required, right? I'm keeping it prospecting and I'll test it now. So for description field, we did not give any value, right? We'll see, check whether it is updated or not. Hot opportunity, you can see it's coming, right? So this is about this automation. Any doubts on this? Any doubts on this?
No.
Yes, perfect. So yes,
So here,
yes.
if we want a type, lead, source, and other objects to be filled, we have to select that, right?
Yes, you can add how many fields you want based on conditions. Let's suppose if you have a requirement like, let's suppose if while creating a record, if you miss it to give a end date. So in opportunity, you'll be having end date field, right? It's a close
Yes.
date. So if the close date field is missing, if you want to populate it with a today plus 7 days, yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay, shall we try that?
Yes.
How we can do that then? Yes. So what I'll do is I'll edit this. So on such cases, we have to take help of decision element. Okay. So here directly we are checking conditions, right?
Yes.
Which conditions we are checking? Here we are checking all the conditions. If these conditions are satisfying, we are going into the record and we are performing assignment, right? Now, at the time, what we have to do is for this amount also, we have to check one condition. Along with this, we have to check whether end date field is present or not. So for that purpose, what I am doing is I'm not keeping conditions globally here. So always while creating an opportunity, it will go through the process. Okay. So then next, after this, what I'll do is here I'll add a decision element. So here I'm going to add which element? Decision element. With the decision element, I have to check amount and close date field values. Okay. So now first decision outcome is I have to check amount is greater than 10K. Okay. Amount is greater than 10K. First, I have to check this condition. How we can check this condition? Record. In this record, we'll be having amount field. This amount field is greater than 10,000. Okay, this condition will be satisfied. If you want to add any other conditions also, for this you can do it. Okay.
Yes.
Done. For this, I am clicking on done. Two paths are created, right? So
Yeah.
here, amount is greater than path and our default outcome path. Then next, I'll check another condition. See, if you want to add any other path, you can add outcome order path. Here you can add element. So now here what I will do is close date is missing. update description field. So no, so I have, what I will do is, yes, here record, in the record we'll be having close date field. Close date is null. Without this, actually, we won't be able to save this record. Value equals to global constant true. If it is null, it will take us into the another path. So coming to the default outcome, what I'll do is I'll end here. So default, I should not perform anything. So for that, I can add end element so that this path will terminate here itself. Okay. And coming to this assignment element, so when we should populate opportunity as a heart, opportunity description as a heart. So whenever the amount is greater than 10K, right? So for that purpose, what I'll do is I'll copy this element and I'll paste it in the top. Cut element. I'll paste it here. Perfect. And I'll terminate this path here. I'm keeping all the nodes independently. Make sense? If close days is missing, what we have to do? Today plus 7 days, we have to perform. Okay. So for that, again, I'm taking another assignment element. Update. Close date. So now coming to variables, here what I'll do is record opportunity in this close date. So now directly we won't add this value dynamically, right? So let's suppose we'll check system. Sorry, for the system I won't take. Yes, we'll check whether anything is available directly. So record system, user role, API, flow. No, in the flow we won't get that. API. So here we won't have anything. So for that, what I'll do is I'll create a new formula so that we can do that. Okay. So now what I'll do is, or else we can take created it, but I don't do that. I'll create a new resource. New resource means it is the variable. In a flows, we can create a variables by selecting new resource from here, or else like from the elements option we are having, right? Select elements. Beside that, we'll be having resources. With that also you can do variable or formula or anything. So here I have to create a formula. So in the formula, what I have to do is like I have to populate a value like today plus 7 days formula. And coming to the formula API name, I'll give a close date. API name means it should not have any spaces and special characters in between. Close date. Perfect. And the data type is date. And formula resource, here I'll take, I don't want to take any resource from this. So I'll take today function. So it returns today. And after today, I'll select an plus symbol. Add. How many days we have to add here? We have to add 7 days. I'm checking a syntax. Any doubts on this part? I think it might be new to you, but you should know how to do it. Though if you do after learning this, after following this video again, and if you try this on your own, and you can try it in Trailhead so that you'll get expertise on this topic. Any doubts so far on this?
No doubts, yeah.
Good. So now,
But we need to practice this, I think, yeah.
you should. So now we are populating this close date with a close date field. Now I'm clicking on done. So now again, so once you activated the flow, you won't be saved that flow as the same version. So you have to save it as a new version. We have to click on save as. You can save it as a new version or you can clone it as a new flow as well. But I'm saving it as a new version. You can see beside this flow, you can see V2, version 2. It means your previous flow is as is present in the system. Okay. So now I'll activate it. So at this time, what I'll do is, yes. I'll go to opportunities page. I'll create a new opportunity. So date test amount, I will give something. And coming to the close date, and amount is not a mandatory field, right? We'll check whether this will work or not first. Close date. So coming to the close date, I don't give anything, and we'll see. Stage prospecting. Yes. Close date. Okay. As it is a required field, that's why it is not allowing us to go through this one. Do we have any other date fields in this? Okay, we'll see. We'll try to make it not required from an object level. We'll see whether it is possible or not. Setup. Object manager. As it is a standard required field, I don't know whether we can modify it to. No, we can't be able to modify this here. Okay, what I'll do is, okay, I'll create another field. So as it is a standard required field, we won't be able to save the records without entering the data for this field, though that is coming from Salesforce. If you want to perform this automation, what we have to do is, like from the standard page, we are unable to create it, right? You can create a screen flow, and with the screen, you can display opportunity page. From there, you can create this opportunity record. We'll see that in an upcoming sessions. But as of now, to make you understand this, what I'll do is, we'll create one more field related to date. So we'll create a date field. Next. Field label. Estimated close date, let's suppose. It's like for the practice purpose, I'm keeping this field. Not making it as a required field. I'm saving it, I'm adding it to all the page layouts. Deactivating this flow. Once you activate it means we have to save it as a new flow only. Oh, perfect. So here, not closed date, I'll check the change the conditions in place of, yeah. So close date missing means I'll take a estimated close date now. Record. Estimated close date is null. Now I have to update. Estimated close date. Perfect. Save as new version. I'll activate it now. So now flow is activated. So now what I'll do is I'll refresh this page. So before activating this flow also, you can check it by debugging how it's flowing. Let's suppose, yeah. So I'll create a new opportunity here. So amount, I'm not interested on that. And date test, let's suppose I'm creating flow this like this. Prospecting, And here we'll be having estimated close date field. It will be added somewhere. Yeah, here you can see. For this, by default, we are not giving any value, but coming to the close date, we'll give. I'm saving it. We go to details now. You can see estimated close dates today plus 7 days. Any doubts on this type of flows? Before say flows, we done. Any doubts on this?
No, in the
So,
real time, what are the scenarios it will come?
like this only, whenever you are creating a record, if some field value is missing, you should populate that field value by like automatically, or else based on other field, you have to populate another field value. Such kind of scenarios you'll get. Coming to the before save triggers.
Okay. Suppose if I'm going to add a contact
Okay. Yes, we'll do
based
that.
on the yeah.
Yes. Now, which scenario I'll explain you is whenever you create an account record for that account, if it won't have any opportunities and contact, it should create opportunity and contacts. We'll see that example now. Make sense? We'll see several scenarios like that. So far, we are
But co-
discussing on.
contact, but contacts will be different for different records, right?
So if you go to any account, let's suppose here it is account page, right?
Yes.
So whenever you create an account, under this account, let's suppose if there is no contacts, or else while creating a contact, directly I have to create while creating this account, directly I have to create one contact linked with this account.
Okay.
So I have to create this kind of automation. Make sense? Adi garu, any doubts on this? Field update or related record field update, we'll see. Prior to that, like I am taking you step by step. We are discussing only create case, then we'll go to the update case, record create and update case, so that you will get much practice. That's why I'm going through different scenarios. Okay.
Okay.
So shall we terminate the session here, or shall we discuss that thing in a complete new session?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
I'm terminating the meeting.